I'm 17 years old and I live in New York City. Um, I'm excited, honestly, to put myself out there. And, doing this was one step closer of me getting out of my comfort zone. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how this goes. And I'm very optimistic about today.
I'm so excited that you're excited and that you're optimistic because I think that this is gonna go great. Okay, awesome. So let's choose maybe 2 to 3 softball opener questions and proceed from there. So I'm gonna ask you first, what is your favorite activity to do right now outside of school or work?
Okay, so my favorite activity to do right now, I would say, is writing. So ever since I was younger, I've always liked writing and also like talking to myself and things like that. So I just learned to write it down in a journal, journal it day by day, and it has helped me a lot in my mental health and just like not feeling too overwhelmed. I could just like write it down, plan things out. And I would also say, something that's like I'll say like also watching movies. Like I feel like sometimes like I do try not to be on the screen too much, but I do feel like there are times where we just need to give ourselves a break, if we have to, oh, if we have to like, sit down, watch a movie, have some popcorn, just me, myself and I would do that. Yeah, it could be after me studying for something, after doing chores in the house. Just having that me time is something that I really value a lot.
That is wonderful and also a great practice to have. Like when you're like doing stuff and having these things that are separate for yourself. I'm also a huge writer. If you ever want someone to talk to about that, like it's one of my favorite pastimes. And I honestly love like people who are loud and proud about talking to themselves because I think that we all have like a narrative stream and like to have those inner dialogues with ourselves, it's healing. It's healing, honestly.
It is. It's so comforting, and I feel like I don't know, like I am my own best friend. Like I could just talk to myself, even if I feel like weird about it. Like I don't know, I just like doing it. So
I'm on your side 100%. Like I'm literally right there with you. So true. Okay. Cool. So, what's a talent or skill you possess that not many people know about?
mm, okay, a talent or skill. Okay, I would say that I'll say like a skill I have, kind of. It's kind of like a personal personality thing. Like, I do feel like I could really um remain calm in the most uncalmest times, and I know that's like so random, but I I I feel like I do get this a lot too. People do tell me like, Chisholm, you're so like. I never see you're always like smiling. You're always happy. Like, how come I never see like that other side of you? And I don't know. I feel like I am a type of person that is really hard for me to get like I don't know, upset. I do like to give people chances and see the good in everything. So I feel like that's kind of skill. And it has helped me a lot to have like a more positive mindset on life. And, especially now I'm applying for colleges, essays, scholarships and everything. It just helped me, just having that positive outlook has really helped me a lot.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Okay. So, we're going to move to our next section. So, what is an accomplishment, personal project, or extracurricular activity you are proud of working on?
Hmm. Okay, so I'll say something that I'm proud of working on at the moment. Hmm. I would say, well, I'm a part of my school's newspaper club, and I do like to interview other students. For example, I did like interview um, the women athletes in my school community, and I just love raising awareness because I feel like in my school personally, things like when it comes to athletics, like the women's sports team in my schools are not as recognized as enough as the men's. So it's like there's like a weird bias, I would say. So just raising awareness on that. Something else I'm proud of is this one sounds like so like very like broad, but just how I am now and today and everything that I built from step by step. Like there have been moments in life where I've like completely like kind of like shut down, but like just like picking that up and finding things that would help me, and just like organizing my thoughts and finding just the little things that matter, and finding that to help me, go about my day. And yeah, for example, like I said, writing, even like fencing. I'm part of my school's fencing team. um I know that's more like school based, but I feel like it has helped me a lot. When I tell you, I have applied to, so I've tried out for so many sports teams. I was like, I need to do this sport, but I don't know, for some reason, fencing really stuck with me. Like, to be honest, I never really knew about it. Only like in the Olympics, and even my parents, they didn't even know about it. They're like, "What is this?" But I don't know, something about it really stuck with me, and not just about the sport, but also my teammates, my coach, my like the whole community. Like, I'm very proud for pushing myself and like going to tournaments and doing just pushing myself out of my comfort zone, because it's not easy, even like traveling for the first time outside the country. Like, even my parents, they were totally against it, but I said, hey, I put my foot down, and I was like, please, like, let me do this. Like, it's kind of like not a once in a lifetime, but it's just like this is really pushing me out that box, and I'm glad I did that, and I'm honestly very proud for me doing that, because I never thought I would ever do that this summer. Like, go and travel in a whole, I'm speaking Spanish, and I'm just like, it was just, I don't know, I'm just proud of myself for that. And also just like, even this is an example, like applying myself, and yeah, just, and I'm still going stronger too. I have school in 2 days, and I continue to have that mindset, apply myself, push myself out that comfort zone, out that box, because you never know what the outcome is going to be, even if it's positive or negative. If it's negative, hey, I could learn from that, learn from my mistakes, grow from it. If it's positive, we could just continue that positive outlook. So,
Okay, so what tips would you give someone trying to do something similar? Obviously, you named a lot of stuff. You could pick any of those things, or you could pick just in general of like what tips you could give for people like trying to carry themselves similarly. But yeah, what tips do you have?
hey, that's it. Okay. So, the tips I would have for someone who's trying to, like change, are you trying to say, like, okay, like change to like a better person or better themselves? I would say it doesn't happen overnight, okay? Like, when I tell you I tried to do these challenges where I'm trying to better myself and everything, and it doesn't happen overnight. And you're gonna make some mistakes, right? But just because you make those mistakes, that does not mean that you could just continue make, like, okay, you make the mistake, okay, we made it, we learned from it, we're gonna go 10 times harder the next time, okay? I would say, like, and I'll also say, like, just try find little things that bring you joy. It's always the little things, I'm telling you. You don't have to do this crazy, big, drastic change just because everyone's doing it. Do something that you personally love to do, and it's going to help you a lot. I'm telling you. And like I said, apply yourself. Get out of that comfort zone. It's the little things that matter. You might mess up, but hey, there's always going to be a light in the darkness, no matter what. Like, you could find it, and yeah, just be you. Honestly, when I tell you the amount of times I've tried to like change up myself to fit into a certain like group, because I live in the Bronx, but I do go to school in like Manhattan, in the city, and I've tried. There were moments where I caught myself like trying to like be like some people, and it does not, no, it does not work out like that. You just gotta be you, find the things you love to do, and don't give up. Like, literally, do not give up. That's like so generic, but do not give up. Keep going. I'm telling you, 'cause once you give up, then your mind is gonna trick you into like staying in the same place when you don't want to stay in the same place. So,
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so what does education mean to you?
mm, I think well, to learn, to learn and to grow. Um, Education doesn't necessarily have to mean like school based and going to school every day and learning, but I think education is also, it's also within us, like, okay, like, to help people, like, to raise awareness, spread awareness. If someone is confused about something, or they just don't know what track to be on, just to like educate them, like help them learn. And also, while you're helping them learn, they'll grow from that as well.
But yeah, okay. So moving to our next question, tell me about someone who has left an impact on you and why.
All right, so someone who has left an impact on me, I would say my older sister and my mom. I'm saying those because they're similar. They have similar personalities. I feel like I have like my dad's personality, but I would say my older sister and my mom. I'm gonna start with my mom. So my mom, I say my mom has always been a hard worker. Like no matter what, she always is there for people. Even if they're not there for them, she will be there for them. She will help them whenever they need it. And it could be anyone. And growing up and just seeing that has really helped me because she wasn't like closed minded. She was very open. And no matter who they were, like, okay, if they needed, like, if someone just came out the hospital, like, she would be quick to cook something for them, give it to them, or it could just be anything really. And she'll, even if she didn't necessarily like have like if she didn't like have like a lot to give, she would still be willing to give, like, and that did help me growing up, just seeing that. And just like it did like impact me because it taught me the importance of giving. It taught me the importance of helping others no matter what circumstances you're under, because I do believe like if you give something, you know, like without like wanting something back, like you will already be rewarded in other aspects of your life and you wouldn't even realize it. So I'll say that. And my sister as well, like my sister, I feel like she taught me resilience. So she has always had, like, growing up, like we're not that close in age, but like growing up, I saw her, like she had like a lot of medical problems growing up, and she was like always in and out the hospital, and her mental health was also messed up as well. And like even school was a struggle for her. And just seeing her, and just now today, like just seeing how much she's grown and how much that she didn't let those things stop her, and she just kept on going and going and going and going, like no matter who tried to put her down, or even herself, if herself tried to put her down, like she would still go. And like, you know, she went back to school and she got her master's. She's trying to be a nurse, and she's just inspiring me because I also want to be in that field. And just seeing how much she's grown, and sometimes she doesn't even realize it. And I'm like, we always joke on the phone, and I'm like, no, like you honestly, like you've grown to a person that I want to be, and you have inspired me. And I'm glad that I've had her and my mom as like a staple for those. And it's honestly, it is making me want to become something like that, like I said, for my niece and my nephew.
Yeah, okay, cool. So moving on, is there a cause or social issue that you're passionate about and why is it important to you?
A social issue I am passionate about is um I'll say two things. So one is well, the issue, like racism happening, and um the everything that's happening in Black communities. And like for that, like I live in a majority Black community, and um just the things that are happening under our noses is just a bit, I don't know, it's very weird. And the reason why I'm passionate about it is because um I don't know, it's something that affects us, and it's like a generational thing. Like it's gonna affect us like now, and you know, last generation, maybe the next one. But um I'm just passionate about it because I mean, we are one, like I'm I'm African American girl, and just seeing things that are happening in Black communities that aren't really being highlighted. But like, I mean, I'm not trying to make one issue like more important than the other, but like just other, like I would say, unnecessary things be highlighted, and there's more like bigger problems at hand not being mentioned, especially now, like presidential, you know, not ever, we're gonna get a new president. It's just hard seeing that. I don't know, because it's just a weird stigma around Black Americans and African Americans. And I feel like sometimes it's kind of like a endless cycle, and it's not being that cycle is not really being highlighted as much. Like, people can, okay, like for example, everything that's happening in 2020, like like, okay, everyone's like, okay, like, Black Lives Matter, but then like now it's kind of like everyone's just like, it's like people pick and choose things, and I feel like it's not just like one thing that it's we have to, like, it's like everything, like we can't just be picking and choosing certain things. And yeah, I mean, I'm still like I'm still growing into that and learning more about it, especially like about racial injustices. But yeah, I think that's something that has been on my mind, especially now, like I said, presidential debates coming up, and I'm watching the TV as a young girl, like just watching like everything that's happening, and I'm just like, what is going on right now? And like this is not, how is this going to, but yeah, and just like, yeah, it has been something on my mind, and I think it's something that needs to be addressed. There's so many like, and I say there's so many like generational like curses in the Black community and the African American community and the African community. So it's very, it's just so weird. Even on social media, it's so normalized to be like, to have this weird stigma around African Americans, and people don't even realize it until like it's too late. So yeah. Um and another thing I would also say I'm passionate about is, um I did mention mental health, so mental health is definitely something I'm very passionate about as well. I would also say, I would also say religion. So I grew up in a Christian household, and I still um believe in that, and I still have that faith to this day. And even if my faith has been like wavered, like, shaking a bit, I still found that myself. And I feel like, and everyone in this world, we're a part of a world with thousands of religions, like, not everyone is under the same religion, but I do, I feel like something I was called for kind of is just to help people in their relationship, even if they don't know Christ. Just helping people know Christ, and also like, yeah, because I feel like, honestly, when I tell you, like, growing up in a Christian based household, I have been like, there were at the time where I was just like, my faith, I was questioning my faith, and I was questioning everything, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, this is kind of like, I thought it was like this is like a kind of like a by force type of religion, like I was born into it, I have to do it. And there were times where I did think that, but until like I actually was in that presence, I would say, like, okay, there was like, I went to the movie theater with my sister, and we watched this. It was a Christian movie, it was a nonfiction Christian movie, and I remember after the movie, I kind of just had an enlightenment, and I don't know, like at such a young age, and I'm just like, whoa! It was like my eyes were like, and it did help me a lot, and even to this day, like my relationship with Christ is not perfect. It's not even the best, honestly. I'm still a baby walking, but it's something that I'm definitely passionate about, and I would want to help people. So with it, just as I am growing, I would want to help them grow too.
Um, but yeah, okay. What is a challenge you've had to work through, and how has it shaped you?
A challenge that I had to work through was, well, this is kind of like circling back, but I would say, like, ever since I like throughout high school, I've had like, I don't know, I have had like really tough hard time. I mean, as with every teen, but um, I'll say like, I was just like, especially like junior year, my past year, and also sophomore year, I was kind of in this like loop of trying to be perfect and trying to push myself to like my extent, like pushing myself, which kind of just made me burn out. And it really, really had a huge impact on my mental health. Like I kind of just stopped doing a lot of things I loved. Like I took a break from the school's newspaper. Like I just stopped doing things that I cared about and loved, and I just kind of just I felt like I was in this box that I couldn't get out of, and like every day just felt like a like it. There was just no motivation anymore because I felt like I had to be perfect, like be a perfect student, be a perfect daughter, and so and so. But um even in that process of trying to be perfect, I ended up not even doing my best. So it just made me worse. Like I wasn't even there was no point of me um doing that if the outcome was like I was not even become my best. But um I did change from that, and I would say that I grew from that because there was a time I realized, you know what, I need to change because what am I doing? I'm over here. I'm not even sleeping. I'm staying up till like 4 a.m. pulling all nighters as a high school teen. I'm going to school like drained, and I'm trying to like study for a test the day of, and I'm just like a hot mess. Because before I wasn't like that. Before I was like planning, like I had my sleep times and like screen time. This is off, like whatever. But then when I turned into something that I realized was not me, that's when things start to go downhill. And that's when I also realized that I have to change. And like I said, the time that you realize you have to change is going to be so hard because it's like so easy to think about it, right? And think about the outcomes and everything. But it was so hard when I tell you I just kept falling until I eventually got back up and continued to walk. Like I think of my journey as like a stairwell, right? Like I'm going up one step, but then I just keep tripping over that step. So I'm still on the first floor. No, I'm still in the lobby. I haven't even made it to the first floor yet. So I'm just like up, and I'm like keep falling and tripping. But no, I realized that I have to just keep going. Like don't just stay in that one spot, keep going. And like I said before, also not being afraid to talk to people. Like, especially family or like even a best friend of mine, like a very close friend. Just don't, because at first I used to feel like a burden. Like, as the youngest, like all my other siblings, they're like all like 4, 8 years, like 10 plus years older than me. So I'm just like they're all doing their own thing. I don't want to bother them. Like I could do this by myself. And but I realized that no, I can't do it by myself. I need my help. I need my support. And even feeling like if I didn't have enough emotional support from my parents, you know even if I did feel like that, like for example, church, for example, like there's always you always have a community that you can go to. It could be your guidance counselor, it could be anyone, therapist, even yourself. I feel like talking to myself, writing it down, really helped a lot. And it was a long journey. Like when I tell you, I didn't even realize that I was my mental health or my mind was so messed up until it was too late. Like I didn't realize that I was being affected by my mind. Like everything I thought was normal. And I was like, wait, hold up. I've been dealing with this for like how many years? And I just real like, and I'm like, no, I have to change. Especially going into senior year now. Junior year was a hot mess, but going to senior year, I'm like, I'm not gonna let that happen to me. I can't. Like, I have to change my ways. Like, I know I can do better. I know I was called for better, and I'm just not gonna sit in it. And it did help me build resilience. It helped me build it helped me build like a self-esteem as well, especially confidence. Like I wasn't really the best, like I wasn't really confident. And like I noticed when my mental health was getting bad, like my confidence was also diminishing. So like I'll go to school and I'll try to like hide myself. Like I didn't want to be seen by anyone. And I just realized like no, like let's not worry about what other people think. I'm doing this for me. If I want to better my mental health, if I want to better my health in general, like it all starts off with my mind. Like I need to stop thinking about what other people are gonna say. I need to stop thinking about I need to stop thinking about like I mean, yeah, not everything is perfect, but I need to stop thinking about like, oh my gosh, like what if I just like break down again and this is just gonna be all for nothing. But no, even if you're in the middle of your journey and you break down in the middle of your journey, you still have to get back up and you have to finish it strong. And that's what I've learned. And I feel like I said, this was also kind of yes, I had support of other people, but this is something that I kind of, I'll say like, I don't want to say did by myself, because I did have support from people, but it was kind of like I had to overcome this on my own, and it did help me build that independence. And now other people could come to me, like a friend of mine's, they could come to me and ask for help and advice, like, hey, like, girl, I'm dealing with this, and I could just help them because I lived through it, and I want to help you as well. And it is, like I said, it's not perfect. Like, there are some, maybe from there are some times probably gonna have that breakdown moment, but you know, I already went through that, and I know that I'm not going to let it define me. I know that it's not going to define me, it's going to mold me and shape me into a stronger person. And I'm not going to stay in that one spot for sure. So I think just overcoming my mental health, overcoming those obstacles, those challenges, and just proving, like I said, we are our own best friends and our own enemies, but proving that bad part inside of me wrong. Like, yes, I could do it, but yeah.
For our last question, what would you say to a student who will be doing their storyteller interview?
Okay. So, to a student who be doing their storyteller interview, I would say to come in you, be authentic. Like, usually if you have an interview, you will try to like, oh my gosh, I need to prepare something. Like, what am I gonna say? Me, I just came in like, I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just come in me. No script, no nothing. I'm just gonna come in and talk. Like you said, it's like a conversation. Like, think of it as a conversation, and just telling about yourself, like advocating for yourself, and yeah, just be you, and don't try to like make up a script or be something that you're not, just so that you could get what you would want. I would say just no matter the outcome, just be yourself. And yeah, I think that's like me. Like, I'm surprised even before, like even earlier today, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to do. Like, should I? Like, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go in there, sit down, have this conversation. I'm not even thinking of it too much of the interview. Just like having this conversation and telling my life story and telling my values. And yeah, I'll say yeah, just be you. All I gotta say.
Hey YouTube! If you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe to hear from more inspiring youth. If you want to apply to the Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, all you have to do is sign up at the link below. Thanks for watching!